I'm Heidi Radin for Free Your Soul TV, and I'm here in Venice, California for the annual 33rd Festival of the Chariots. The Festival of the Chariots takes place annually every summer in Venice, California, in honor of the Hindu deity Lord Krishna. This very same festival originated in India nearly 5,000 years ago. It wasn't until 1967 when the founder of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, Swami Prabhupada, guided his followers in San Francisco to initiate the first Festival of the Chariots outside of India. The festival now takes place in every country in the world. One of the questions we had really was what to expect when you come to the festival.
There's a lot to expect when you come here, from from the free feast booth to questions and answers booth to different snacks, a variety of cultural presentations from music to dance and so on and so forth. You can buy interesting books. You can meet very interesting people. It'll take you probably a whole day just to kind of walk around and see what's available. There's a whole lot to see here.
This festival is an amazing Hindu ritual that originated in India nearly 5,000 years ago. The festival was created to celebrate Lord Krishna's coming home to his hometown. As you can see behind me, there's 3 chariots with different deities, all being pulled by Krishna's devotees. Each chariot represents an incarnation of Lord Krishna. The canopied chariots are decorated with flowers and pulled with long, thick ropes by hundreds of people and accompanied by a procession of devotees who dance and chant the Maha Mantra for God realization. In Hinduism, flowers constitute an important offering made to deities. I was lucky enough to be given a garland that was originally an offering on one of the chariots. What is the significance of the garlands?
Well, the significance of the garlands is that really we're in a pure land. If we could see that we were in a pure land, we would be in the pure land. So when we garland the deities, and then when we garland ourselves, and from the deities to ourselves, we know our body is a temple also. That's why we wear the tilak. That's to remember that our body is a temple. So it's like giving the nicest things, the flowering things from the earth to the Lord, which He really appreciates. And then when we bedeck ourselves with that, that brings us closer to keeping our view that everything is a very beautiful paradise.
As it is. Food is a big part of the festival. Tradition maintains that all food cooked in temple kitchens are supervised by the goddess Mahalakshmi and cooked under strict rules from Hindu religious text. Eating this food, known as prasadam, is said to uplift souls and purify spirits.
And prasadam is holy food. When we eat that holy food, our whole consciousness becomes purified. And then we can start to understand after so much purification that we're not these bodies. These bodies are temporary, but the spirit soul.
The other amazing fact about this festival is that you can have Krishna prasadam, which means free, blessed food. So why would an organization commit to feeding festival attendees for free? And do they still honor the ancient traditions of food preparations? I wanted to find out. So here I am in the food tent with Mahanta, and he's, from what I understand, in charge of feeding all the people that come to the festival for the last 20 years?
Yes, we feed about 10,000 people every year, and I've been running this tent for more than 20 years. But we've done this for 33 years, since 1977.
And why feeding people for free? I mean, it's such a beautiful thing, and why does your organization do this?
For us, it's special because everything is offered to Krishna, offered to God, and so the food becomes sanctified. So by eating this spiritualized food, people's hearts become purified. And that's the reason why we do it.
What do you exactly do to sanctify and purify the food?
Well, first we cook everything in the kitchen. There's a very high standard of cleanliness. We don't taste the food before we actually offer it. Then it's put on plates and brought on the altar in the temple. and offered to the deities that we have in the temple. And there's different rituals that we perform in order to offer the food. But really you're just saying prayers and asking God to accept this food before we take it, and that we understand that God has created this whole world that we live in, the air we breathe, the earth that the food grows in, the water, and all the effort that people put into growing the food. And so we acknowledge all that and appreciate that and offer everything to God first, because He's provided all of these things for us. And so when we do that with a feeling of gratitude and appreciation and love, then God accepts that offering, and the food, He tastes it, and the food becomes spiritual, because God is completely spiritual. And just that one act of being able to eat something that's sanctified like that will actually purify our hearts.
Finding spiritual experiences in Los Angeles, so staying away from consumerism and doing something different with your life, and that's why we wanted to cover this festival. So for our viewers, what would you say is the best component of this festival?
Well, I mean, there's many components. There's books about spiritual knowledge that one can partake in, and ask questions of people that have some knowledge about the Bhagavad Gita. Dancing and chanting, music from the spiritual world. So there's so many things that we have in the material world, but if we just dovetail it and use it in God's service, then it becomes a spiritual object. So that's what can be taken away from today's event.
So definitely a free your soul experience.
Yeah, you free yourself because you then realize that you're not the body.
Well, it's been quite a day at this 33rd annual Festival of the Chariots. We're exhausted, but we're spiritually fulfilled. And I definitely encourage you, if you want a free your soul experience, to come down here next August for the Festival of Chariots. I'm Heidi Radin for Free Your Soul TV.